Hi, look who's back.
Did you miss me?
No.
No.
We did not. We had a very entertaining time. Matt Bonnet setting in. Thank
sure.
you for that. You missed a lot this weekend.
No question. No, I mean, it was, it was unbelievable. What a great run and what a great ending. Obviously, we're going to have the star Reese here momentarily to join us, but what an unbelievable weekend.
So is this like the biggest Heath Schroyer I told you so ever?
You
get a huge crowd, home field. You won the tournaments to get here.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you hit a walk-off home run to go to the NCAA tournament, win your third straight championship.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, oh, this is what Schroyer planned.
I don't know about that, but I will tell you that the level of consistency that this softball program has at such a high level is it's very, very unique. And you know, the thing as an old coach, I would tell you is that you don't take it for granted because it's really, really hard to win a championship, let alone 3 in a row. And I don't care where you're playing. And hats off to everyone involved in this program.
5 out of 6.
It's unbelievable. I mean, what
in fact,
coach has done.
he's won 5 out of 6. And 1 year there wasn't one in his 7 years. He's 19-2 in the Southland Conference tournament.
Yeah.
And here's the thing about consistency. He's 84-39 his first 2 years. The last 2 years, he is currently 84-39.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he is. He just does a great job. And we've had him obviously had him on this show numerous times. But the culture that he's developed within this program is second to none. You know, the kids do a great job, you know, on the field, in the classroom, in the community. It's a well-rounded program, and he's just a heck of a ball coach. Him and his staff do a great job, and he'd be the first one to tell you that he does have a great staff, and it's just neat to see. And now we're going to go to University of Washington.
Weird weekend, though.
It's very
there
weird.
was rain.
The weather was just brutal.
Your staff did a great job redoing the tournament twice.
Great job.
Second thing, though, you had a coach in the championship game. You had a coach kicked out.
Yep.
You had a fan kicked out for them. Mm-hmm. You had a fan kicked out of yours.
For sure. Oh, we had it all.
You had replay.
Yeah.
And it was 1-0. McNeese State
That's
win.
right.
Reese Reyna with the home run, and now you get a trip to Washington.
It's unbelievable. Yeah, it's just, you know, like I said, you just don't take these moments for granted. You enjoy them, you soak them up because they don't happen all the time. And I'm really, really excited for this program. And I think we have a great chance in this region. You know, we're going in there as a 2 seed.
You're a 3 seed.
I'm sorry, 3 seed. But I just think that we have a great opportunity to do something really special.
Yeah, and the interesting thing about it is you've beaten Washington already here.
That's right. That's exactly right.
And Minnesota, not the best Big Ten team, but a solid Big Ten team, especially with the pitching.
Right.
It's a winnable regional.
Oh, no question about it. It is 100% winnable.
Especially after last year.
Yes, 100%.
And this is a wild time for McNeese athletics because you had a great selection show last night at Mr. Bill's. Will Wade was there.
For sure.
And I turned to him and I said, what do you think it's going to be like on your selection show?
You won't be able to fit them all in Mr. Bill's. I will tell you that. Hopefully we can get this thing, at least half full when that moment comes. But
yeah, we're up top at the Citgo Polk Plaza.
For sure. I like filming here, by the way. I think this is, we can talk about it afterwards, but I like it a lot. But honestly, I think that, again, the one thing that people don't really understand about Coach Wade is that he really is a team player. Like he is 100% bought into McNeese and the other coaches. Him and Coach Goff have a great relationship, and to have him show up there, I thought was a really big deal.
Yeah. And by the way, Will Wade had a pretty good weekend.
He had a great weekend. He had a great weekend. We got a chance to be pretty good.
I mean, you get a 6'8" guy from Bakersfield. You get another point guard, a freshman.
High school kid, yep.
And you're getting a 6'4" guard with experience from junior college. It's a pretty good weekend for the man.
For sure. I think that, I think we have a chance to be really, really good. And again, I think that the thing that's really been impressive to me about what Coach has done in the recruiting, because I've met all the recruits that come in, He just,
And they still come here?
yeah, but he truly loves and believes in what we're doing. He tells everybody about, like these facilities are just as nice as we had at VCU.
Well,
They're better than
he's having-
Chattanooga. They're
he's
better
having
than this,
fun.
for sure. And it's great, and it's easy to sell something when you believe in it. And he does a great job because he believes in it. And I'm just so glad that him and his staff are here and they're doing a heck of a job.
National attention. You're in brackets in the NCAA tournament for basketball, pre-brackets.
Yeah.
You're now in the bracket in the NCAA for softball. This is good times for you.
It's great times. It is. It's and you don't take it for granted. But when we took over a few years ago, we wanted to obviously move the department forward and get to this point. And obviously, we have a lot more bigger steps to take, but we're on our way.
We'll be back. We'll get Reese Reyna right after this on Polk Nation.
Welcome back to Polk Nation. It is an honor and a privilege. Reese Reyna, what's going on? Welcome.
What's up? How are you?
Welcome to Polk Nation.
Thank you.
Wow, what a weekend, huh?
It was a great weekend.
Okay, so everyone wants to know this, so we're going to get it out there with Polk Nation. So you obviously, bam, it goes.
We got the video of it.
Right.
We got
When did you know right away that it was going to get over the fence?
I did not know right away.
Okay, so it gets you round first.
Mm-hmm.
It's a home run. What is going through your mind?
So
you're
many
approaching
thoughts,
second,
man.
right? Yeah.
I was
Tell me.
like, oh my God, we just won the game. I just hit a home run and we won the game. Like, it was the craziest feeling. It was awesome.
And so you go around third. What did Coach Langino say?
Keep your helmet on. Because I always take my helmet off, and if you take it off, it's an out. So he's like, make sure you keep your helmet on. I was like, okay.
Well, there you go.
That's awesome.
Coaching
You know
right
what?
till the end.
That's the beauty about doing this show, that everyone's going to know, not hey, great, keep your helmet on. Like,
Gotta
that
make
is
sure-
awesome.
Hey, with that umpiring crew on the weekend, anything
Yeah.
could have happened.
No doubt about it.
Anything could have been happening.
Oh, gosh.
So, you go into the tournament with no home runs.
Yes, sir.
You hit 2 home runs in the tournament, be named MVP. Where'd you get the power?
You know, man, you see it, you hit it. I mean, it happens. I hit 2 home runs last year, but I don't really hit home runs. I just kind of hit them on accident when they come when we needed them, I guess.
See ball,
Hit
hit ball.
Now, did you have a fear that she was going to catch it? Because she made a great play in left
she did.
field on it. She went as back as far as she could go and jumped as high as she could.
Honestly, I didn't know where she was at all. I was running and I was watching it and I was like, get out, please get over. And then it did, and then it was,
At least you touched all the bases.
I
You didn't have to
did
go back
touch all the
touch a
bases,
base.
and I sprinted.
I know, for sure.
I
You were-
sprinted.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no doubt about it.
Was it extra special because Southeastern beat you 2 out of 3 that you beat them? Or was it just the fact that that's now become a rivalry?
I wouldn't say it's a rivalry. I think that everyone we play is equally game. I do think that Southeastern is a very big competitor, and we always love playing them because they're some dogs. They fight, and it's always a dog fight when we're playing Southeastern.
And the crowd, what could you say about the crowd? Because that's the best crowd I've seen.
Oh, the crowd was awesome. Like Coach James says, it was a regional atmosphere. We went to regionals last year, and this crowd might have been better than that one. It was awesome.
So Reese, you get to the ballpark, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we obviously had rain delays, and it was a long weekend. Why do you think, you go back to last year's region,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I was there, and you had I think we sat there all day, right, in the rain.
All day.
What do you think attributes to the success when that kind of adversity hits this team, right? Back last year, and then obviously, there's a lot of pressure. You're at home. People can say whatever you want. You host a tournament, but still, at the end of the day, you're the team everyone wants to beat.
Mm-hmm.
But all the adversity that comes with the weather and those things, how and what attributes to your success through that adversity?
We practice in this weather. We do it all the time. So it's, Coach James always says, adapt and overcome. So we'll go out, we practice in the 32-degree weather, we'll practice in the rain. We had to bring our towels. He's like, you're going to play in these conditions, and you never know what's going to happen. So in regionals last year, when we had 4 rain delays and
That's
had to
right.
warm up 4 times,
right.
we were ready for it. It didn't really phase us. And this year, when we were supposed to have a 1:30 game and ended up playing at 10 at night, we were all like, this is good.
Right.
We love this because we know that we have trained for it.
That's
The
awesome.
man practices rain delays. He puts
do.
rain delays in his practice plan. I've never heard of that.
But it's
He's a smart man.
It's smart, but I mean that's the stuff that I don't think a lot of people, especially obviously watching this show, that really understand all the preparation that goes into where as a coach that's successful, you're thinking about rain delays, right? You're thinking about all those things, and and we talked about this before you got into this segment, but if you can kind of talk a little bit about the culture of this program, like. I've been so impressed, and I've said it on air and on record. You guys have the best culture of any team on this campus. What attributes to that, and talk a little bit about it.
I think the culture is a big thing. I think the people, our fans, and the Dugout Club, everybody that supports us, I think that is such a huge part in what we do and who we are. And I know that we've had some adverse situations this year, but I think it's just brought us so much closer. I think that all of my teammates, my coaching staff, everybody, we all run as one, and it's like you can't really tear us apart.
Right.
You mentioned that you guys went through a lot this year, but to come away with a record-setting number of wins, to be 19-2 under James Landreneau in tournament play, to have beaten Washington in the top 10, to have beaten LSU, 3 top 25 wins. Did you guys have a feeling you were going to be in the tournament anyway?
I wouldn't say that. I feel like you have to work just as hard. We had obviously you got to win the conference tournament to go to the regionals. So that's what our plan was. Our plan was to win until we can't win anymore.
So you didn't want to leave it in anybody else's hands.
Didn't want to leave it in anybody's hands.
When we come back on Poke Nation, we'll have more with Southland Conference Tournament MVP, sophomore Reese Reyna. After this on Poke Nation. We're back with Reese Reyna, who hit the game walk-off, tournament walk-off, championship walk-off home run Saturday to send McNeese State to its 3rd straight conference title, 3rd straight NCAA tournament. They'll be at Washington playing Minnesota from the Big Ten on Friday night in the first game at 5:30 local time on ESPN, one of the ESPN stations. The softball will take over the ESPN network for the weekend. Okay, you've played Washington and beaten them here. You've played in Big Ten last year, so Minnesota won't be a surprise. How ready are you guys for this?
I think we're ready. We practice, like I said, we practice these moments. It doesn't really matter who we play. We just try to focus on ourselves and stay within the team and do what we do best.
Is there some confidence, or is there worry that you've played Washington, which means you're not going to creep up on them because you beat them here, but by beating them you have some confidence?
I would say a little bit. Going into the tournament, I think it'll be. Washington's a great team, so I guess we'll see how it goes down. You never know who's going to win or who's going to lose. It's really just who plays better that day.
And last year's experience, beating Notre Dame twice and they were in the top 16, gives you confidence that you guys can win a regional?
Yeah, it gives you some confidence beating big teams like that. But like I said, we really just try to focus on what's within and try to play McNeese softball, and I think that's how we are going to win games.
All right, Reese, let's shift gears, okay? So talk about to Poke Nation, really simple stuff, but where are you from? How did you get here, okay? And, what are you majoring in?
I am from Santa Fe, Texas. I'm majoring in general studies. I want to be a softball coach. And what else did you say?
How did you get here?
How'd I get here? Yeah. Okay, so I played select softball, obviously, and it's a funny story, actually.
There you go.
Coach James saw me in a batting cage one time. He was coming to recruit, and he saw me in a cage, and he was like, "Who's that?" Like, I like her swing. So he recruited me out of a batting cage, really. Never saw me playing a game. He just said, "I like that one." So I'm going to follow up with her, and he did, and now I'm here.
So what has your experience been? Obviously, it's Lake Charles is different than Santa Fe, Texas. How's the transition been? What's your favorite part about Lake Charles?
The people, 100%. Coming from Texas, it's just different. Everybody in Lake Charles is nice, and I love it here. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. This is where I belong.
So did you eat crawfish before you came here?
Yes, absolutely.
For sure. Okay.
For sure.
All right. So what's your favorite restaurant in town?
Here?
Yeah.
That's a hard one. I like Steamboat Bill's. We don't have that I don't think so. In Texas. I've never had that until I got here, and I really like it.
So you love the seafood.
I do.
Is that her first NIL commercial? What is they trying to get her to you just wiped out the rest of the place for possibility.
Well, okay, but
Why do you always go to the food?
Because I find it interesting. Like you can't stand seafood. You don't like seafood, which I think is almost un-American, but whatever. But I think it's interesting. You learn a lot about people when hey, what's your favorite
By their
restaurant?
food choices.
What do you like to eat? Blah 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 blah. If you get away from off your couch and like out into the world, you get to talk to people and learn to people.
Yeah, I like my couch. I let the world come to me through my toes.
Only Jim. That's right. That's right.
Come to me. All right. The year in general has been really interesting because we see you guys really take off when you get into conference play and dominate conference play. But you guys have played such a tough schedule. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the things that I think, how does that get you ready for a regional? Because you've played teams from all over different styles, not only, but really the styles that you've played, you're not going to be surprised by anybody.
Absolutely. I think Coach James makes our schedule pretty hard, so we are ready for moments like this. I think that playing the bigger schools, and it's always like we have nothing to lose and everything to gain. So we try to, like I said, we just try to stay within and just play ball and see what happens at the end of the day.
You say you don't hit home runs, but did you think about hitting a home run at that spot? Because that's the only thing that mattered at that point. You only needed one run.
I did not think about hitting a home run. All I was thinking about was get a good pitch to hit, get on base. Something's going to happen.
So you're going into extra innings, okay? What was the conversation in the dugout when, you're going into extra innings. What was that conversation like amongst your teammates and obviously from Coach Landreneau?
One pitch at a time. One pitch at a time. On the hitting side, on the defense side. Our pitchers, we're going, hey, y'all throw one pitch at a time, and we're going to back you up. And as a hitter, Coach Shelley, one pitch at a time, man. You get that pitch that you want to hit, and you hit that one.
Simple.
Simple.
It's a simple way. But the thing that really impressed me is they don't have the dominant pitcher that goes out and strikes out 17. The team is very well built on pitchers that throw strikes, but a defense that makes plays behind them.
For sure.
There were 5 or 6 big plays in that game that kept the game scoreless. What about your defense? What makes it so special?
I think that the preparation, for sure. I think that we practice defense all the time, every single day. Like, that's one of our top things, and I think that's why we have such a good defensive team. They're great. They're not afraid to be great. They go out there and they ball and they make plays behind our pitchers.
Well, last year it was pizza in Chicago. I could recommend it. I recommended the place they went to, Giordano's, because I'm from there. I don't know what to tell you about Seattle.
No, me neither.
Get ready for rain delays.
It's a surprise for everyone.
Reese Reyna, thanks for joining us. We'll finish up with Coach's final comments after this on Poke Nation. I don't think you get enough credit to your staff that did a great job. I saw guys during rain delays, as it's raining, trying to get water off the field.
It's unbelievable.
That was Connor.
Yeah, Connor, I think, dug a couple ditches to drain the field. And, I used to say all the time as a coach that, your fans come to the game and you go out and you play and they see the finished product, right?
Yeah.
But they don't see what goes on behind the scenes, the amount of film, the workouts, the mental prep, this and this and this. It's the same thing when you go to a tournament, right? You go to a tournament and you get your popcorn and watch it. People love the sausage. They don't really know how the sausage is made.
Nor do they want to know.
They don't want to know. But but honestly, Connor and Colby and Michael, obviously Todd and Bridget, but Logan, they're just rock stars. They really are. I'm so proud of them, and we could not operate without them.
Let's put it this way. You do have a rival now in Southeastern.
Oh, no question about it. Isn't it fun? It's great.
It is fun, but they won baseball last year. You won softball the last 2 years against them. One of their fans said to me, well, this is what you get when you hold the league hostage and get all the home games. I go,
they're still saying that?
Yes. And I go,
Oh,
wait
my
a minute.
gosh.
I said
Get over it.
last year you hosted the tournament and they beat you.
That's right.
So what's the difference?
Exactly.
It doesn't
right.
matter.
It doesn't matter.
As long as it's not somewhere in like San Antonio or
Yeah,
something.
I mean,
think
hey,
we're all
look,
happy.
look. At the end of the day, I mean, hey, you got to give some. Sometimes you just got to give something for people to complain about. So
Everybody likes to complain.
That's
All right,
exactly
let's
right.
go over baseball real quick. Baseball simply is this. They are in the 6th spot right now. They want to get to the 5 spot so they don't have to play the play-in game.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the scenario. 2 of these 3 things must happen. Texas A&M, Corpus Christi, and UNO must lose 2 this weekend. They are playing UIW and Nichols, the top 2 teams, so that's a possibility.
Yep.
And Lamar must lose 1 to Houston Christian. 2 of those things happen. You don't play Tuesday, which is a huge deal when Grant Rogers is going to throw the first game.
Exactly right.
But more importantly is you hold the tiebreaker on the 3 teams that are chasing you. So that's the good news.
It is.
And you go to LSU this week.
Yeah, you don't want to be in this predicament, obviously. You want to be better, but, we are. It is what it is. And but I will tell you that, Coach always has his team playing well at this time of year. It's great that we own the tiebreakers, but we really need to hopefully can play Wednesday so we can throw Rogers Wednesday.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing is you want to get him in the first game. If you got to get him to the play-in game, suddenly you're uphill all weekend.
That's exactly right. Exactly right.
All right, there's lots of things going on. You're signing a tight end this weekend. He committed. He runs a 4.65 40 and he's 6'3". Where are you finding these guys that come here?
Well, again, I mean,
You don't have NIL money yet.
It all starts with the coach. It all starts with their passion that they have for what they're doing. And I think when you look at, obviously we talked about what Coach Landreneau's done and all that, but you look at what Coach Wade and Coach Goff are doing in our 2 revenue sports. They believe in this place. They believe in the direction that we're going. And like I said in the first segment, it's easy to sell something when you truly believe it. And these guys believe in McNeese. They bleed it. They love it. And I'm telling you, our football program is, it is such a culture change from 2 years ago and where we're headed. We're going to be good.
No,
We're going to be good.
You're going to be. I always put damper on things. You're going to be improved.
We'll be much improved for sure.
But there's an opportunity there because it's a completely different league than it was last year.
Yep.
Because all of a sudden, 4 new coaches.
That's right.
The portal has hurt the conference. From what I've seen, the transfer portal has really hurt the conference in every school but here. You seem to be the only one that really bought into. Similar with basketball, the portal hurt basketball in this conference, except for you, it seems.
Well, but again, I'm biased, right? But you look at this facility, you look at our coach, you look at, we're doing a $1.2 million locker room renovation in football.
Yeah.
We're going to have a press box here. Hopefully, we'll be announcing that within the end of the month.
Well, I'll wait till June.
But there's so many good things happening that, we should not be affected like everyone else in the league because we should be different than everyone else in the league.
Is that the Heath Schroyer press box?
No.
You can put my name on it?
Look. And I don't make any bones about it. I tell our coaches this all the time that, we're not McNeese. We are McNeese, right? And we need to carry ourselves that way. We should not be affected by the transfer portal like other teams in the league. And I don't say that arrogantly. I just say that we do. Look at our facilities. Look where we live. Look at all the things we have going. We're going to have attrition like everyone else, but we shouldn't have it as much as other people in our league.
No, and it seems like you have now become a destination place for mid-majors,
right?
Whereas before you were an exit place.
I agree with that, for sure.
So there are a lot of things going on. A lot of things this week. Baseball plays at LSU on Tuesday night. Yep. They've already played. They have 3 games against Miami of Ohio, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, while the rest of the league is deciding their fate, I guess.
That's exactly right.
So they don't get to do anything about it.
100%.
Anything you want to say before about Washington?
Hey,
getting ready to go?
No, getting ready to roll, and we fly out. The team flies out Wednesday, and we play Friday.
And you get a free trip out of it. Don't forget to watch Sound Off 60 right here on CBS Lake Charles. We'll see you next week on Poke Nation.